Hey everybody, I am in Orlando, Florida, and this is the Dezerland Auto Museum. The coolest thing in my opinion about this is they have one of the Knight Rider cars from, the 80s TV show Knight Rider. Of like the 30 or so that they used, I think 5 of them are in existence. 3 of them are in a private collection. 1 of them is in like New Zealand or Australia or something. And then there's this one that's in this museum. And the cool thing about this one is it is the only surviving car that was on film in the show that is the convertible version. They made 2 of them. One was like a half car to be towed behind the rig to be filmed, and then this one actually exists. So we're gonna go see it. I don't know what else is here, but yeah, this is gonna be cool. Yeah, this place is pretty cool. So I guess the Mystery Machine is from the Scooby-Doo live action movie. That's what that dude just said. And I don't think this is the official pace car, but a replica. I'm not sure about this one. Here we go. No. Oh, that's a Galaxy. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, I don't think this is the actual Bonnie and Clyde car, but one bullet holed up to look like it. That's pretty cool though. A 1929 Ford Model A. But yeah, that's cool. I've never seen one like with the bullet holes in it like that. That's pretty neat. I'm sure that's not the one. At least it doesn't say there. It just, if it was, I'm sure it would be on that. But replica. It's pretty cool. Bunch of antique outboard motors. That's pretty cool. Champion, Mercury, Evinrude. Yeah, this is really neat. A lot of these you'd never see anywhere. Johnson. A lot of those two-stroke boat motor companies like that used to make snowmobiles back in the day. I guess they made two-stroke engines, but most of them all made a version of a snowmobile. Evinrude did, Mercury did, Johnson did. Yeah, I know all those companies did. Yeah, this is cool. I don't know what this is, or somebody's model ship of the, yeah, I'm not sure, Regent. Huh, that's pretty cool. Some neat old Champion, I'm pretty sure, made snowmobiles. Neptune, never heard of them. Here is a, what year? 1948 Tucker. And that's a really odd car. It's got that headlight in the middle. Tucker, if you Google, there was a lot of innovations on a Tucker that actually some of the new cars today still use. Like, I think it had like which this one doesn't have obviously, but it had like the intermittent windshield wipers and stuff like that that just took forever to catch on. I have no idea what that is. And this looks like from the TV show Green Hornet, maybe? With Bruce Lee, I'm guessing. Black Beauty, yep, Black Beauty as seen on TV show Green Hornet. That's what I thought that was. That's pretty cool. Is that a Bonneville? I can't remember what that is. Bruce Lee, Chrysler. It doesn't even say. That's still pretty cool. Plymouth Fury. This might be the car from Christine. Yeah, it is. I think it's what, a 58 Plymouth Fury? Yeah, that's the Christine car. If you ever saw the movie Christine, it's a Stephen King movie. Yep, that's it. Yeah, 59 Plymouth Fury. Huh, that's pretty cool. Very cool. I thought that's what that, when I looked at it, I'm like, huh, that, very cool. So I figured out what this one is. It's from the movie The Grinch. And if you've ever been to Medina, Ohio, which is where I'm from, if you go to Castle Noel, they have all sorts of movie props from the movie The Grinch. Now, I don't remember this car specifically in the movie, but I'll have to rewatch it. But yeah, go to Castle Noel in Medina. It's got a, they have, oh man, they have like Cindy Lou. They have her bedroom set in there, and they have the actual sleigh from The Grinch. Ton of stuff. I'm gonna have to do a little more research on this one, but I don't think this is a screen used generally. However, it does have some nicks, some dings. It's not perfect, which leads me to believe that it might very well be from the TV show, and it's not restored. So, and there's some scratches where Bo and Luke would have slid in there. Yeah, that one might be a screen used one. I'm gonna have to do a little research about that. But generally, one of my favorite all-time cars. Yeah, it's got a little patina on it. And that patina, usually if somebody has one at a car show or something that's you know, something that somebody made, they, you know, they're perfect. Where this one, that very well might be one from the show. This is very cool. And then, of course, Daisy Duke's CJ7 or 5, I can't remember what that is, but that's really cool. And then the Hazard County Sheriff car, Roscoe. I don't think that might have been what they drove in those. They used a lot of like Chrysler products back in the day. But that's very cool. Yeah, that maybe it's from the newer movie with that guy and the guy from Jackass, and then the Stifler guy. But I don't know, it's pretty sweet, and it's got a little dings here and there on it. The paint's not that great, but a little ripple down the side. But that makes me think that it's probably used in something. And then over here they have another mystery machine, which is very cool. That's where the magic happened with Shaggy and Thelma. Back in there, in the back. All right, we're gonna keep walking. They bill this as the world's longest limousine. I don't know how long it is, but getting that around a tight corner would definitely be ridiculous. We're gonna go look at the placard here in a minute and see what it says. Yeah, you'd have to have a pretty big wedding party to fill this thing up. That's pretty sweet. The longest car in the world has finally been restored and ready to cruise. Good luck driving it. 30 meters in length, 100 feet, breaking its 1986 record by a small fraction. Helipad, putting green, jacuzzi, tub, seating for 76, and 26 wheels. So ridiculous. It's one of those things you see this and you go, why? I guess because you can. Not sure what that thing is. It's like a Mini. Yeah, it's faded on there. But this is like a Vespa room. Look at all those Vespas. They're not my cup of tea, but I know a lot of people find these things fascinating. Not sure why exactly, but they are cool. I guess it's more of a European thing, I think. It's like a taxi version. Very cool. Not much of a Duesenberg guy, but Leno's got a couple of these that he drives still. And that's the thing, is I don't know if a lot of these are still drivable or if they're just, you know, mechanically not running, but just museum pieces. They all look nice, but Yeah, these Duesenbergs are, yeah, they were like the, I want to say the Cadillac of their day, but not even the Rolls Royce maybe. Very cool. Luxury vehicle section, Rolls Royce 71. There's 87 Bentley 8. Yeah, see, these cars don't do much for me. I mean, they're cool because you never see them, but yeah, they're just, these are actually probably are the ones you'd want to buy because you could get them because nobody likes them now, but 50 years from now, you'll see like 5 of them that exist. Looks like a Mini Cooper, a 1991 Rolls-Royce Corniche 3. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's a Austin Morris Mini. Huh. They actually made one of those that went on railroad wheels. If you put Mini Cooper rail car, they actually made a bunch for the Canadian National Railroad at one time that were just like that, except they have railroad wheels on them. And they used to deliver mail with them. The guy that was a big motor car guy in the motor car community, that Les King, he had like 2 of them, I think. And they're orange. And yeah, they used to deliver mail with them. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. From Mad Max, the Interceptor. And I don't know if this is the one from the actual movie. We'll read the little display here, but highly modified, built by Ford Falcon. Oh, is the actual car used in the film Mad Max 1 and Mad Max 2. Huh, I guess it's not a replica. That's the actual one from the movie. That's pretty sweet. Get one more little sweep of it here. Yeah, that's very cool. And then looks like they have a couple cars from the Fast and the Furious movies. I don't think that's what that is, but maybe that one. I don't recognize it. Oh, 87 Buick Grand National from, obviously been wrecked, not drivable. Grand National from one of the Fast and Furious movies. And then I don't know what this one is. I don't know. That's pretty cool though. One of my buddies at work has I think an 88 Grand National that's all tricked out. It's pretty awesome. Awesome car. Sleeper car from the 80s. There you go. DeLorean Time Machine. Now, my brother used to have a DeLorean back in the day, but it obviously wasn't the Time Machine. And it was a cool car, but man, it was a doggy engine and heavy, but yeah, this one's all tricked out. I don't think this one is the real star, the trilogy, film around Time Machine. Yeah, I don't think this one's from the movie. It's just a replica, but it's a pretty good replica nonetheless. Actually, if you really start looking at all the components on there, it does have the Mr. Fusion on it, but very cool nonetheless. I've never seen one tricked out with all the time circuits, and man, I wish I could get back there to, it's pretty authentic looking. I know those, if you look at the real deal, like circuits there, that's not correct, but only a real Back to the Future nerd would know that. But everything else looks pretty authentic. That's pretty sweet. Mr. Fusion, very cool. All right, so this is from the movie RoboCop. Car in RoboCop, Ford Taurus. These were the police cars in RoboCop, and it obviously was supposed to be filmed in Detroit. That's pretty neat. I don't know about that city cab. Let's see what that says. Brad Pitt, Messenger. Yeah, I don't know what movie that's from. Maybe somebody can leave it in the comments. Cool car though. Dodge something. I don't know. This is like the Hollywood fame. I don't know what this is. Oh, the new RoboCop. That's why I don't recognize that. Ooh, the Torino from Starsky and Hutch. That's pretty iconic. And once again, I don't know if that's a replica or just one that... It might be, because they had the 70s TV series car from the... So it is from the TV show. That's pretty awesome. Because they remade the movie, I don't know, 15 years ago with Ben Stiller and somebody else. And they had one just like this. But I guess this is the one from the actual TV show. It's pretty awesome. If you grew up in the 80s, you know what this thing is. Herbie the Love Bug. 1959 Bug. And I don't know if this was actually used in any of the movies. Maybe. They made a Lindsay Lohan movie maybe 20 years ago with one of these. It was pretty cool. I went to OU down in Athens, Ohio to college, and somebody had a Herbie the Love Bug. It looked just like that. It was pretty sweet. And this one, obviously, movie prop or something. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and ride in the back of my Dragula. This is the Munstermobile. Ford coach, 1923, from the TV show The Munsters. Man, that's cool. That song that I was singing at the beginning of that was, they called this the Dragula, I think. And that's what Rob Zombie actually, the drag strip. Oh, so that is from the Munsters. No kidding. There's Grandpa Munster right there. Oh, this is the Dragula. Oh, I always thought it was that one. No kidding. Huh. Very cool, the Dragula. Made out of a coffin. Very cool. Not familiar with this thing, the Monkey Mobile? Maybe in one of their videos or something from the Monkees? I don't recognize it, but it looks like it's probably that car in that picture right there. Pretty cool. Not sure what this one is. Volvo. From the Saint. Now check this out. This is pretty sweet. The A-Team van. Mr. T. I actually got my picture taken with Mr. T when I was like 8 years old at the Columbus Autorama. I'll have to post that sometime. It's pretty cool. I have no idea what make and model van that is, but yeah, that's the A-Team van. That's very cool. All right. This is like the Inspector Gadget Mobile, I think, here. Replica, but check that out. Ecto1. And I don't know if this is the one from the movie, but it's a darn good replica. Oh, that's so cool. Check all that stuff out. Yeah, that's awesome. This was what, a 59 Cadillac hearse? And the 50, I think it was the 59 Cadillac had the big wings, but the hearse was obviously more, yeah, 59 Cadillac Ecto1. How cool is that? I actually saw that, the same auto show I saw Mr. T, they had one of these sitting there, and I think it was the one from the movie. But yeah, that's so cool. Running a little rough. I can't remember what Dan Aykroyd says about it. It only needs tires, rims, a new exhaust, overhaul. Basically a big piece of junk. So cool. This is pretty cool. Only because the plane. Remember that? The plane. I don't remember this car in it, but it's pretty cool. It's a Jeep Willys. Probably like 40s. Oh, 59 Jeep Willys. Very cool. This one, this kit, is a replica and his little sensor is not working, but I don't think this one was actually used in the show, but it says it was purchased in 1992 by Nelson Collection from the actor David Hasselhoff, don't hassle the Hoff, who plays Michael Knight. So Michael Knight, aka David Hasselhoff, actually used to own this one. Very cool. Check that out. But this one was not in the show, but still very neat replica nonetheless. Knight. It's pretty cool. So this is one of 5 surviving Kitt cars from Knight Rider. The only convertible one, obviously, that was ever made, I guess, from season 4. Let's get a close-up of this plaque here. The foundation for law, blah, blah, blah. F. Pontiac was between... Knight Rider led to many stunt car records being broken. But I know this one was actually used in the show, season 4. The only convertible Kitt from Knight Rider. And one of 4 that exists in the United States. I think the other one is in, it's like New Zealand or Australia or something, but this one, I guess, actually spent like 10 years in the UK over in England. And then this guy bought it for this museum, which is way, way awesome. It's got a little ding on the hood there. You can tell it was definitely used in the show. Very cool. That was one of my dream cars when I was a kid. And this must be from the later Knight Rider show in the early 2000s when they tried to reboot it and it never worked. But yeah, that is awesome. Oh yeah, that's from Terminator 3, the hearse. Oh, that's really cool. I don't think this is the one from the show, but this is a 1979 Ferrari 308 GTS. The car in Magnum PI. That's very cool. Is the Bat Cave. I don't know if any of these were actually used in any of the movies or shows, but they're good replicas. That's the one from the 60s. Very awesome. That guy that designed this thing is a famous car designer. That's the one from the 90s or the late 80s Batman movie, I think. Huh, they have another 60s one over here. In the Bat boat. I don't know which one this is from. Batman Forever, 95. Is that the one with George Clooney, I think, maybe? Batman Forever? Eh, definitely not my favorite Batmobile. Not bad. That boat's cool, though. That's from the 60s TV show, I think. Here's another one. 66 Batmobile. George Barris. Yeah, Barris. That George Barris, he might even have been involved in the Knight Rider car and some other stuff. Yeah, that's very cool. And then I'm not sure which one this is from. Looks like the Michael Keaton days, maybe. Pretty neat stuff. It was so pimp in the 60s, he had a bat phone. That's pretty cool. The bat phone. Emergency bat turn lever. Bat ray protector. Start homing receiver scope. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Almost missed this one. Dad used to have one of these. Piper Cub J3. Man, that was a fun airplane. We had quite a few different airplanes over the years, but nothing was ever as cool as this thing. It was awesome to fly in. Yeah, that thing was so cool. One of the coolest things on it is the doors completely open up and you could just sit in the seat up there and just look right out of the... Yeah, it was really cool. Wish I had my video back when we had one. That thing was so fun. Yeah, my brother and dad were masters on one of these things. Yeah, 62 Corvette. I don't know what that one is, but yeah, a couple of my favorite year Corvettes for sure. A C2 body style. Yeah, Jeeps. Yeah, you just kind of get lost in here after a while. Like, some of these are like 60 Dodge Polara. I mean, where do you ever see one of those? But yeah, you just kind of get lost in here. Yeah, great museum. If you're ever in Orlando, I highly recommend checking it out. Free advertisement for them. Frazier. Oh man. Yeah, this is cool. In the 80s, when I grew up, these things were a dime a dozen. Now it's in a museum. These things, believe it or not, were two-wheel drive. They did not make these things four-wheel drive, which I always thought was really weird. I mean, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a Jeep, but apparently they were rugged enough and had good enough traction and suspension. They didn't need four-wheel drive for the most part, but male Jeep. See what year. 83. 83 CJ 5. I can't read that. It's too cool. Also in the same building is Orlando Pinball Palace. I'm gonna walk through here real quick. While I don't have any pinball machines yet, I do appreciate them for what they are. Very awesome things. All right, let's see what we got in here. Classic Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man pinball. Very cool. Stenciled. Very similar to Miss Pac-Man with the stenciling. Just go around. These are all the older ones. I'm not a big fan of the old machines, but definitely appreciate them for what they are. That's a newer machine. Kiss, Star Trek, Dolly Parton, Mata Hari. I think these are from the 60s, probably. Very cool. Vintage pinball. Ooh, there's a cool one. Oh, it's down. Spy Hunter, that's a very cool one. They made an arcade Spy Hunter game, but they made the pinball version too. This is a neat game. Diner. I've played that before. Ripley's Believe It or Not. That one's pretty sweet. Batman. You can see even in a real place they have a hard time keeping them all working. Very mechanical and electrical. A lot of things go wrong with these. That's pretty cool. Addams Family. Walking Dead. That's a pretty neat newer machine. That one's from like the late 80s. That's one of the most sought after pinball machines, I think, with a lot of pinheads. Dr. Dude. Newer Star Trek. X-Files. Walk over here. Attack from Mars, Indiana Jones. Grand Lizard. Know any of these? Jack Daniels one's pretty cool. I've never seen that before. Guns N' Roses, I think that's a pretty new one. They made one back in the 80s too. Oh, here's Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's very sought after. That's a classic. There's a hologram that lights up right there. Road Trip, or Road Show, I mean. That's a classic. This is a, what's his name? Guy that made a lot of pinballs back in the 80s and 90s. I want to say Jerry Lawler, but I know that's not right. Something Lawson or something. But yeah, that's a classic. All right, well, I'm gonna keep on moving. All right, well, there it is. That was a quick tour of the Dezerland Auto Museum here in Orlando, Florida. A lot of cool things in there. I don't know, if you're a car nut, you'd go crazy in there. And that pinball place, I could have spent all day just in there. But yeah, very cool. Worth the trip out here to see it. And I got to see Ecto1, the DeLorean Time Machine, Kitt from Knight Rider, the A-Team van. They're all in here. You're gonna love it. If you're into that sort of thing, yeah, it doesn't disappoint. Felt like being a kid again, if only for an hour. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and I'll talk to everybody later.